we ended up upsetting against Georgetown, who was like the first ranked team in our league. We beat them in 4 games. We didn't have one single other than the first series. We only didn't have a single series that went to 7 games. And then we went on to the Central Ontario after we won the OJHL. Central Ontario is like all the Ontario teams play. We won that. And then we went to the RBC Cup. And the RBC Cup was wild because I remember like I said, our team was never supposed to be there. So we're at like against Wenatchee and Chilliwack and all these teams and Ottawa Junior Senators. All these teams that were like powerhouse teams that year. And we're just like from OJHL. We're like, yeah, we'll probably have no shot, but we'll have fun with it. But we ended up doing pretty well. We got to the semifinals against Wenatchee, and then Wenatchee, I'm not kidding you, we're undefeated all year, and we beat them in the semifinals. The shots were 52-9, and we beat them 2-1.
Wow.
So yeah, it was like one of those games where everything clicks, and it was like just I guess I got lucky, but it was pretty fun, and we ended up going against Chilliwack. We were up 3-1 going into the third period, and they came back and won 4-3, which was kind of crummy, but it was still fun to go that far. We literally played till the very last game we could, so it was a fun experience there whatsoever. Like just 1 year playing junior, it was the best. Like I don't have any complaints about that 1 year.
Yeah, I seen this interview that you were in, like at the start of the season, and it was something like just what you just said about the 50 like shots, and you guys still came up with a win. And like the first round of the Dudley run, you guys weren't you like suspended like for first like full first round or something like that?
For the first series of the OJHL like playoffs, we were winning the series like 3-1. We were supposed to wipe this team out, Pickering, and a guy, like at the end of the game, a guy scored on me, and it was like easily like a goalie interference. Guy fell on top of me. Guy was shot it like right over top of the guy who fell on me and me in the crease, and then they scored. So as he was getting up, I remember like I was just yelling at the ref, and I just turned and I socked him in the back of the head, and he just dropped down. And it was because I used my blocker on him. They said it was like intent to injure, so they said like I got a 4-game suspension for that. So I had to sit out the whole rest of that series, and then I think it was 2 games into the next series, and the next series was that we were down 0-2 out of a 4-game series and our 7-game series, and then we ended up coming back and winning 4-2. We won 4 games straight. But yeah, those 4 games I was suspended for punching a guy.
All right.
Are you a big pregame routine guy? So what do you do for your pregame routine, like meals and at the rink?
I'm not gonna joke with you, probably the least superstitious person in the world. I just have fun. Like I just like playing, and it's still like a blessing that I'm able to still play. So I am very easygoing before games. I make, like, if I feel like salmon and rice before a game, I'll make salmon and rice. If I feel like pasta, I'll make pasta. But it's pretty much just something with rice or something with pasta before a game. And then I'll get to the room. I'll have a coffee with me, and I'll just drink coffee, talk to the guys for a little bit, stretch out a little bit. The one thing I need to do before every game is stretch. My hips are like not as good as some people. I have to like go through like a whole 30-minute, like I would say kind of routine, just to warm up my hips to make sure that they're ready to go for the game. Unless like if I don't, I'm just gonna be stiff. And you guys might see I look somewhat flexible, but that's just literally 30 minutes of straight stretching before a game to get to that point. But yeah, that was it. I stretched that 30 minutes, and then I literally just jump into my gear and drink my coffee and just get ready for the game that way. I don't care about music either. Like I'll wear headphones some games I won't wear headphones and just listen to music. But it's either way. I'm pretty easy going in the dressing room.
Yeah, like even in the goalie dance, you just kind of make things up. You just put some snow in the crease and that's it, or like a couple of little stretches, or do you have a set routine when it comes to that?
Yeah, I see you guys post videos of that. I like seeing those. Like I watch those all the time for the pro guys too. I usually just make a little bit of snow, not too much. If there's water, I try to get as much water out of the crease as possible. But I usually do like a couple like shuffles back and forth, like through the crease, make it a little snowy, give it a little bit more glide, and then I'll stretch out a little bit before each period just to make sure my hips are ready, and then that's it. If I feel like my one side of my hip is tighter than the other, I'll maybe focus a little bit more on that, but that's about it. Yeah, I switch it up pretty much. I don't think I have one game where you could look at me and I do the exact same thing. Like I just sit there and do whatever.
Going back to what we were talking about with the Dukes and all them, like back you had all the all black like retro flex. Were those for Victoria before you went over to Wellington? Yeah.
Yeah, those were supposed to be for Victoria because Victoria's black, yellow, and white. So I had just the black, and I had those originally for them. I picked them out just from like local like Pro Hockey Life, and then I went to Victoria with them, and then they didn't match Wellington, but I didn't want to spend more money, and at that point wasn't ready to buy new pads by any means. But yeah, I ended up just wearing those the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Now if you look at Wellington, they buy all their it was after me. After we had our run and all the other goalies, now they got like a bunch of sponsors and stuff. So they have their goalies get like 2 sets of pads in like 2 years. Yeah, they love spending money on their goalies now.
Yeah, I seen the goalie now, like I forget his name anyway. He has this custom set of True and E-Flex 4s when he was there. So
yeah. They get like so much stuff now. I wish I was still like getting that from them. That would have been sweet, but no, I just wore whatever I could have I could afford basically at that point.
Exactly, yeah. Talk a little bit leaving home, leaving Canada, going down to like play prep school down in the States, like your first time leaving. What was that just experience like for you?
Prep school was different than Trinity, though. That's the one thing I'll say before I like going down there. But prep school is unbelievable. The guys I was down there with were unbelievable dudes. Some of them are like playing the NHL now. Like I know Johnny Beecher just signed his entry-level contract with Boston. Tice Thompson plays on New Jersey. There's a couple other guys that I played with that are playing in the AHL, whatever, from Salisbury. But those guys were great, and the school was unbelievable. Just an all-boys school. I know it's kind of weird to think, especially for like you guys. You guys are in high school now. Like imagine being at a school where it's just out in the middle of the mountains and in Connecticut, just all boys. Like you could imagine, like it gets crazy sometimes with all the guys, but like it's unreal. And that I would say even like for my kids when I get older, like I would heavily consider putting them at Salisbury or like a school similar to that. It was a great experience. And then living away from home for that, I was always fairly mature for my age, I would say, growing up. So it was easy for me. Like some guys you see, their rooms are destroyed. They just are like garbage everywhere. They're not ready to live away from home. But yeah, I liked it. And then I transitioned right into going to Wellington where I lived away from home. Yeah, it was 3 hours away from me, but I was away from home most of the year, and then went to Trinity, and I already knew Connecticut down there, and that's kind of how I got introduced to Trinity. So I was ready to go there too. Trinity was a lot different than Salisbury because the guys weren't as close as Salisbury. It was more like open-ending. Guys just wanted to go work or whatever. They didn't really care about being a team like Salisbury was.
Yeah.
And then that's when I came to here. It was completely different, and we had like that team where everyone like loves being around each other. Everyone like cares about making sure everyone does better and does great out on the ice or in the classroom or whatever. And like literally, I could tell you like probably 3 times a week I have more than 4 people from the team over here just hanging out. So like at Trinity there was not really any of that, but here it's good to have that again. But I didn't mind living away from home, and now with me owning this house, like I still live away from home. I'm ready to just basically live away from home full time now. But it was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the transition.
Yeah, like what you said about the prep schools, and I have a brother. He's over in Cornwall, Ontario at OHA, and like the rooms and everything. It's a great experience, and yeah. But university this year, like, so your first year, you're saying that you're having a great time. What was your favorite memory over here so far?
It's a good question. I haven't really thought about that. We had a beach workout at the start of the year at Cove Head Beach, and it was just like the team, and it was like an early morning, like 9 o'clock in the morning after like a night where I think most of the people went out to the bars, and most people were like a little like groggy getting to the beach or whatever. But I remember after we did it, we were just like all sitting there, just enjoying like the morning, like nice warmth and whatever, just sitting on the beach, everyone enjoying each other. I think that was like one of the key like core memories I got. That and like I know like after the UNB win that we had, like I came back into the room and everyone did like the silent treatment, and then like everyone started just spraying water on and stuff. That was pretty fun too. And then that turned into a Christmas party that we had that night too. So I would say those two memories were probably the two like big ones that stand out to me the best.
Yeah. What about like all time? Yeah, all your whole hockey career. Like, what's some of the biggest moments?
I would say that Wenatchee game in Wellington was probably one of the biggest moments, just because there was like, I don't know, probably like 5,000 people in the stands that game. Like their rink is huge. And so that was pretty fun to play in front of that many people and in that important of a game. I would say that's probably my best memory to this point, or like the game at that we played against UNB this year. But I mean, I'll probably be getting more memories next year when we host nationals at Eastling Center, and it'll be packed there too with a bunch of alumni and stuff. So I think I got some more memories to be made yet. So I'm looking forward to that more so than some of the, I guess, little memories that I've had in the past.
Yeah.
We're definitely nationals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My whole family will be here. My brother and his girlfriend my brother goes to St. FX. He plays football down there, so he'll come up with his girlfriend and watch all the games as well. Like I should have pretty much everyone here with my family too. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Like I used to live in Newfoundland, so this is my first year like being here really. And you guys had the season ticket. I had season tickets, sorry, for you guys. And I'll say the crowds that you guys got this year were like, I want to say packed every night. Yeah. Like even in the playoffs, sold out. It was a pretty cool experience, especially you playing in there. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I was surprised with that too. I know a couple of guys used to say like I was like good fans, but I didn't realize it was like that great. And like with the alumni kind of committee and the people that played in the past, they support the team a lot. So a lot of them still come out to the games now. It's cool to see, and we're probably going to have, because of the capacity limit in the Eastlink Center, we're going to have a crazy amount of people there, like probably more double or triple the amount that we had this year. So that'll be.
Yeah.
There's only specifically one side on like your guys' home rink.
Yeah.
And the rest is like the benches and everything.
Yeah, now we'll have the full bowl, and we'll be playing a couple games in the season too, like at the Eastlink Center. So that'll be interesting as well to see how many we'll fill for those just individual season games.
Yeah, you guys just play against like McGill, and that game got canceled from COVID this year over at the Eastlink Center. Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to play that one there. That would have been fun too. McGill was supposed to be. So.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and that rink, like the Line, like that place, it's like very open, or like I don't know how to describe it, but it's very echoey. So like every time someone scores, it rings your ears. Like it gets loud in there, especially.
Yeah, if we had like the horn at Eastland Center in there, like you
go deaf.
Yeah. Just imagine having that big of a horn, but with like the UPI Panthers growl.
Yeah, like it would
be
like it would be so loud in there.
That growl is awesome.
Yeah.
What about the future? Like any plans